Okay, here's Dragon 23, the Honeytail Fae. Now with this guy, I was starting to become aware 23 of these drawings into this project that I wanted to just tackle one of them from a completely different vantage point. And so in this case, it really is a back 3/4 view, and that's what started this. And I just was going to draw kind of a snake body and see where that went. I wasn't sure at first that I was going to call this a fae. I thought it could potentially be like an amphitheater, or, you know, there are other sort of offshoots of the dragon species, like a lung dragon that just have like the difference there from being a drake, which is just a 4-appendaged dragon, is the elongated body. But I did start to think of this guy more as like an insect, and it was suggested to me that like a bee, or incorporating a beehive, might be cool. You know, there's octagon, I guess they're not octagons, I think they're 6-sided, but the honeycomb shape. So I started to think of this guy as a fae then, because that really knocked his size down quite a bit. So this is definitely a little guy that could maybe, you know, sit on your thumb even. He could be really small, or, you know, or really big. But I mean, in my mind, I think he was a tiny little guy. So I thought about a stinger, and I think that's, you know, what inspired the horn on the head. Now, I don't put one on the tail in this drawing, but I think if I develop this further, I would definitely want to go with something like that, you know, to even push that a little more. You know, and as far as the coloring goes, I think I would start to introduce, you know, I would definitely look at things like honeybees and wasps, and the coloring, the yellow, the stripes that some of them have, the black stripes. So I think I would look to that for inspiration, bringing this, you know, into more of a final piece. Now, I drew this guy's wings as again, as a sort of a bat wing style wing, but I think something more in the insect type of wing, or even if they were spined like the bat wings, the membranes in between might take on the quality of, you know, more of a translucent sort of, you know, insect wing type of thing. So this guy really, you know, was something that I didn't have worked out in my mind as much going into the concept. You know, some of these for me are simply, they're almost meditative, where I can just try and develop it based on what I see happening, you know, on the paper. Yeah, I do think, you know, in some way he feels like if I were going to play up that the bee aspect of things, I would definitely put a little stinger on his tail. I think that would be neat. Or maybe a few stingers going down the end of the tail almost. And then here we are. At this point, the drawing's pretty much laid in here. I just am getting in here with my 2B finish pencil, knocking in a couple of darks. But this is another one that I really think will be a neat addition to the Dragons in Nature series, even if he does change a little bit more than this. This was a great starting place. And there we go. Dragon 23, the Honeytail Fae.